What's good, everyone? Welcome to another reading. Today we've got a reading on blessings. Some blessings coming into your life. Who doesn't like a lovely blessing? Don't think there's a introduction needed. Is what it says on the tin. Pile number ones, pile number twos, and pile number threes. Feel free to pause the video, and we'll start with pile number ones. Okay, pile number ones. See what we've got for you. Some funky hair going on. Don't know if that means something to you. Pile number ones. One could deem this as an afro, but there's something. I'm not sure if you've ever seen the movie. I can't even remember. I can't even remember what the movie was about, to be honest, which is making me laugh. Ace Ventura by Jim Carrey. Sorry, not by Jim Carrey. It's got Jim Carrey in it. It might be produced by him too, actually. But it's reminded me of that for some reason. So don't be fooled that this is just a pure afro, because it's giving me Ace Ventura vibes. I'm continuing that dotted line there because it implied that this bird, quite a small bird, it reminded me of a hummingbird, was flying away, but it's actually flying into the hands. So pile number ones, you might want to research the spiritual symbol or spiritual meaning of the hummingbird. And then through that, you might understand kind of maybe what blessings coming into your life. If I was to kind of just go vibrationally of what this was giving me, like the bird was giving me like peace. I know that's more associated with the white dove, but I was getting peace. I was getting kind of small but mighty type energy. I was getting. I'm not sure if hummingbirds are blue or always blue, but I was kind of getting blue, like a blue hummingbird. So I was almost getting like a little bit of like a tiny bit of like royalty energy. Like when, I don't know if you're familiar with pile number ones, but in the UK, um, that type of bird, I think it is the hummingbird, is kind of used in royalty a lot. I never actually thought about this, but if it's the hummingbird, the one with the long beak, it's that bird. Um, it's just often used when, like, you have a really beautiful pen, or it's used on really elaborate wallpaper for royalty. It's usually, and not always, but it's like commonly like the logo for some expensive biscuits type energy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I never really thought about that before, but it is used. You could say any animal is used in royalty, but it's not necessarily true. I think the crane is another one that is used. Like when you think about things like tigers, not so much. Maybe in other countries, like African royalty, but at least not in Western royalty. Not so much. So it's a certain type of bird which kind of speaks class and elegance. So there's something like that coming into your life. I guess you've got to put the dots, or connect the dots, I should say here, quite literally. But it's almost like something's landing into your hand. It's almost a little bit destined energy, like it's meant to be. Could be an offer of something small and mighty. Or even possibly like kind of that luck energy, you know, like there's a saying where something fell into your hands. There's an energy there, like people might see it as luck. So, pile number ones, I guess you've got to put on your Sherlock Holmes hat and kind of connect the dots, as I said. But I kind of given you a lot here to start your investigation. If you enjoyed the reading, please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next reading. Take care. Pile number two's blessings. What do you see? What do you feel? What's the vibes? Pile number two. You know, earlier today, pile number two's, I'm getting drawn to tell you this. I'm not sure why. Maybe our little secret. I was looking back at some of my drawings today. Kind of spirit was just saying, have a little look back. And I was just kind of looking at it, and it was like, some of the stuff was just so so cool, so beautiful, so meaningful. And I know this is a little bit kind of sounding like a little Zed blow his own trumpet moment, but it wasn't even just my stuff on here on If You Pause. it was some of my architectural drawings and stuff too. I think Spirit was just trying to remind me of kind of what it's all for, and kind of just giving me that pat on the shoulder, the pat on the back, the little good job that we kind of all need, even if some of us don't admit we need it. And it was just a beautiful moment for me because I got it from Spirit. I didn't need it from a person. Spirit was just like, look how cool this is. How many years later, look how cool this is. You could even argue if it was my higher self really just tapping in with me, but I felt more like that kind of God presence, but it doesn't really matter. The point is it made me feel good. Made me feel balanced. And it's something that I think we should all do. So power number 2 is amongst everything, or amongst anything that I'm about to say. I think we could just start the reading off with, make sure you have a little reflection on your catalogue. Now, your catalogue might not be like mine. It might not be a creative catalogue. It may be places that you've worked. It may even be places where you've travelled to that give you some form of joy or pride or good memories. Because I think sometimes people underestimate even something like travel, because why people underestimate it is because they don't account for all the people who are too scared to even travel. There are so many people who are just scared to travel. There's so many people who are scared to be in a different country for longer than 2 weeks. I'm laughing. I'm not laughing in a laughing at them way. It's just it's true. If you want to admit it or not, there's people out there who, and there's nothing wrong with it either. But I think if you're here watching this video and you're like, oh man, I haven't made videos on YouTube, I haven't put content on social media, I haven't created art in person, in the physical, I'm X age and I haven't even had a proper job yet. There's these little things in life, and it doesn't matter how old you are, where they make you who you are, and they're unique to you. So, before I dissect this drawing, I think almost the most important blessing or message I'm passing on to you, pearl number 2, is this introduction of sometimes we don't do that. Sometimes we don't look back and kind of just admire ourselves. I think that's a good thing. We're not talking about that toxic narcissism energy. We're talking the positive self-love energy, which is which honors the soul that you are and honors the path that you are going down, and have gone down already. So part number 2's, I feel like there's four energies here. So you could be attracting 4 blessings, lucky you. I feel like this is definitely the energy of attraction, like manifesting. There's 4 things that you've been trying to manifest. The interesting thing about this energy is it's reminded me of an energy of one of the past love readings, which was an energy of shyness. Uh, this person is shy. You can just feel it. So this is that fairly new subscriber, which energy I felt, or at least the group of you. And it's like it's interesting because this person's manifesting, but it's not like this isn't Marilyn Monroe attraction. This is manifesting attraction like I don't know, I can't even think of an example. Is it Cinderella where she's the maid and she's always dressed in uh like bad clothing, but then she scrubs up really well. It's that energy. So it's not Marilyn Monroe where she knows who she is already. She's a little bit of a is it a wildcat? A wild one? It's not that energy. It's more like that Cinderella energy. And I guess if you're masculine watching this, you can literally just apply that the same way. The story's the same. Let's face it. It's like men go through the same thing. Men can be raised in a shitty household too, and then an opportunity comes along and changes their life. Like, how many times do you hear that on? I think I was even watching just a YouTube video the other day where there was a certain musician talking about how it was just one phone call that he took changed his life. So I think that kind of Cinderella story doesn't really just apply to the feminine. It's for all genders. So yeah, that's kind of what's happening here. There's the person who's kind of shy, possibly shy, not through their own doing, through that sledgehammer that life throws at us sometimes, and you're kind of coming out of your shell now, but you've got the humbleness of everything that made you shy. And you're just attracting the things you want. So I think it's almost insert your four things. I think Spirit is today just giving you the story of how you got to this point of manifesting. Spirit's just reminding you that it was a process. Poll number 2 is that was your reading. If you liked it, please do remember to like, comment and subscribe. Check out the If You Pause website, ifyoupause.com, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Okay, pile number 3's. What blessings have we got for you? Interesting energy. There's an energy here of could go either way. This person could be looking down, or they could be looking up. Oh gosh, I done a quote reading on this, I think. There's something on perspective going on here. But we're gonna do the person actually looking up, so I'm actually reversing this. So I'm not sure if you understood that pile number threes. Beforehand, the positioning could have been this way, the person looking down, or them looking up. So this one's a lot more cheery when they're kind of looking up, dog walking. I feel like interesting because it's kind of got that, to me, it's got that kind of designer energy to it as again. So you might, I'm kind of getting something here to do more with like a blessing in terms of uh, like career based or work based at least, you know, something that's, it's almost like, put really simply, this would be the promotion. Someone taking their dog for a walk, which is a very mundane everyday thing, but they're in a cheery mood because, you know, life's going their way, the sun's out. It's kind of got that, you know, when that person's walking down the street and they're smiling at everyone, saying hi, good morning to everyone. um, and I find it funny because it's made like, at least the way Spirit's given me, it's like, yeah, it's because they've got good news. Every day they might not be that person. I think that's how we all are as humans in a weird way, isn't it? Like, let's face it, when we've just had a death in the family or uh, something shitty happens to us, you know, most of us, you know, it's like that. It's that famous saying, isn't it? I'm only human. Most of us, you know, you see that shit on our face, even if we do try and stay positive, you know. Um, so I think the thing that I found funny is that you've definitely got that spring in your step. I think they say it's the phase. You've got a spring in your step, pile number threes, because you've got some good news. If it's not like a promotion, if you might be self-employed or have your own business, this would be like the new client who could be they offer you a nice wad of cash, or it could even just be that you vibrate well with them. You know, like I'm a business person myself, and sometimes it's about the deal and the money, but then sometimes there is a gratitude in just um, finding a client who's actually compatible with you. You know, you see kind of their value, they see your value. It's just like a perfect relationship. You know, it's like a couple relationship. It's like some relationships are just painful because there's someone thinking that they're higher than the other person, or they're just not compatible in terms of personalities, or one of them's loyal and one of them's not. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like the same kind of does go for business relationships too. Um, you know, they can maybe offer one thing, but then be really just a pain in the neck in another area. So you might just be welcoming in a new, let's say if you are self-employed or got your own business, you might just be welcoming in a new client where you're like, damn, this is good, you know, this is this is flowing. So yeah, like I said, pile number three is, I do feel like this is to do with work. So I'm not gonna confuse you and say this is to do with relationships, with romance, or concerning other things. I think it's. I know it's. I know it's a far stretch to make because we're literally showing a person walking a dog here. But at least the energy that I was feeling coming through was like it's to do with work. That was the energy I was getting. Um, yeah, like if I spoke to this person, if I was one of the people who knew this person walking their dog, the catch up would be like, how's things going? They would probably say, "Oh, things are going great. Like I just got that client, or I just got that job that I wanted. I just got." It's along those conversations, like, "Oh, that client I was talking about. They finally made an offer. It's that kind of information." So file number 3 is I hope that was helpful to you. If it was, please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the If You Pause website, ifyoupause.com, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.